It's a very transformative experience where they are placed and immersed in a completely different world, the world of scientific research and inquiry. They're placed in a lab with a graduate student mentor and a faculty advisor, and they're given a research project. And this is a 7-week program. It's very intensive, and the teachers come out on the other side of the program not just having this amazing research experience, but they also come through on the other side with a piece of curriculum that they've developed to take back to their classrooms that will impact not just one generation of their students, but many generations of their students. And I think that, in a nutshell, is what I really love most about this program.
So at the very beginning, it was very nerve-wracking because I had never worked in a laboratory before. I was always interested in chemistry, but it wasn't something that I pursued as a career. The only knowledge that I had was of my chemistry AP class in high school. So in my curriculum that I will be taking back to my classroom, the students will be taking part of their own research. They will be going outside, doing their own outdoor investigation, collecting different leaves, and bringing that back, and then they will be running chromatography on the leaf. So they will be pretty much replicating what happens in the lab. So they're gonna have to, wear their safety goggles, and they're gonna be wearing gloves and using a mortar and pestle. They're gonna be making the mixture of the solvent and the leaf, and then running their own chromatography on the leaves. And with this, they're gonna be able to not only see the different patterns of the seasons, but they're also going to be able to have that science inquiry, as well as also learning about solutions and mixtures and the physical characteristics of matter. So it's something that we can hit the TEKS, but in a different way that I haven't done before with my students. I'm really excited that they'll be able to dive into this hands-on experience, and hopefully that'll get them motivated to want to do science and to pursue that later on in life.
We'd never had a teacher coming in from an elementary school, so this was a delight. It really challenged us to think about how we could take the chemistry that we do on a PhD level granting institute and bring it to a point where elementary school students could actually implement that chemistry.
One of the things that I think is really cool about this program is that it opens up so many doors for me as a teacher. So I'll be going to my 3rd year teaching, and I feel like I want to do all these things in my classroom, but I don't have the resources. So one of the things that I really like about being here is that not only do I get to work in the lab and do really cool sciencey stuff, but Risa, who's in charge of the program, kind of schedules all these seminars and meetups and lunches with professors, and opens all these doors and makes all these connections for us, so that we can have access to people who work in these fields. And let's say, for example, my mentor, Gabe, he's already agreed to come out to my school, I don't know, 2 or 3 times to do different demonstrations with my kids and to talk to them about I don't know, properties of light and stuff, and maybe come out and do this project with me.
We really want to figure out how to engage students at early ages, kindergarten through 5th grade, get them interested in science. So when they get to middle school, they want to take a science class, and maybe that'll be their career path eventually. And so what we're trying to do in this program is bring teachers who are teaching in elementary schools to the university and get them in labs and doing science, so that they become more comfortable and more confident with what science is, so that when they go back to their classroom, they can pass on, I think, their maybe newfound enthusiasm for science to the students.
Even though this program is for most of the summer, I have learned a lot, and I would do it again. It's very flexible with your group. If there's a day that you need to come in later or leave early, it's totally fine. You won't have 20 kids missing their teacher, which is different than most of our experiences. One of the goals of the program is to publish the lesson plan onto teachengineering.org. So after the experience, at some point, I will be a published author on a really neat website. The benefits really outweigh the cons of the timing wise. If I had the opportunity to do it again next year, I definitely would do it next summer.
So through the MRSEC program, we were able to be part of the RET program, which is the research experience for teachers. I was really excited to have Melissa be part of our research laboratory this summer because we were able to teach her the key skills that we use every day in the laboratory and implement them into her classroom. This was really fun for us because we were kind of able to show our world to someone else that could do something positive with it.
In a way, another thing that this program does is that it is helping to break down the stereotypes that many people have that a scientist and an engineer are just somebody who looks like Albert Einstein. A lot of kids these days think that if you ask them what a scientist and an engineer looks like, they might draw a man, an older man, who might have crazy hair and a pocket protector. But through this program, teachers are coming into contact with many folks scientists and engineers who look like normal folks. Then, following the program, the teachers can go back into their classrooms and they bring those relationships that they've developed with the scientists and engineers back into the classroom with them. So the students in their classroom are able to have these role models that participate and that they can interact with who look like ordinary everyday people. And it really does a lot for the students to help them understand that they can do that too, that is a future possibility for them as well.